Hi guys, we're back. Day 15, Body, Mind, Spirit Challenge. My name is Jim Standish. I'm one of your co-hosts. Now today we jumped into the kitchen because I want to demonstrate to you some ways to structure water. And it's very important. Hopefully you've had a chance to go to the website, you've had a chance to go to the blog, and you have educated yourself a little bit about structuring water and the importance of structuring water. And what we're going to talk about here is just some simple ways that you can do it. Okay? So, most of us go to the store, we buy a bottle of water. And a lot of us just chug it down and never really give it another thought. So back to the conscious ability and the conscious part of things we talked about earlier, I would like you to be a little bit more conscious when you purchase a bottle of water. Now, I'm not going to get into brands and what's better for you and what's not. You can do your own research, and there's certainly plenty of information out there on that. So, probably the most important thing that you could ever do in any water you're drinking is to honor the space in which it exists. Now, the wording doesn't have to be specifically that way. I use the word reside. I honor the space in which you reside. You can honor the space in which it exists. Really, it's about acknowledgement is all it is. And we acknowledge one another all the time, right? When we go up to, it's like, hey, what's up? How's it going? We acknowledge each other. And it's just a common part of exchange. It's proper etiquette. it's a lot of things. But so acknowledge the water. I honor the space in which you exist. Now, typically, I will take a little bit off the top, just to get a little airspace. Sometimes I talk to it. If you go to the website and the blog, you will learn all about taking a magic marker and writing intent on the bottle itself. Not going to get into that here. We're going to get into structure. So anybody that is familiar with homeopathy, there is a technique in homeopathy called succussion. And when you succuss something, it's basically to shake it. And what happens is, and I learned this from watching a bunch of Emoto documentaries, and everybody in the lab was doing this to the water, and I wanted to learn a little bit more about it. Succussing is probably the quickest, easiest way that you can at least introduce a little bit of structure to a bottle of water that you buy in the store. Most water that we buy, unfortunately, is structurally is dead, is void. It's void of life. It's not living water, and it's up to us to put some of the life back into the water. So the simplest way and easiest way is to go like this and succuss the water. That'll give it a little bit of structure. Now, when you're home or even abroad, the next least expensive way to structure your water is with one of these little guys. And all this is it's $1.25 on the internet. And what it does is it connects one bottle to another bottle. $1.25. I decided to go up to the next level. I think this is $24, $25. This is the same gizmo with an electromagnetic field in it. There are actually 6 Gauss magnets in there that create an electromagnetic field. And it forces the water through an electromagnetic field, which again structures it even more. Now watch this. This is really cool. The little $1.25 guy will do this. This guy will do this. And you take some water and you fill your water bottle up a little bit and you hook up 2 bottles and you give it a little shake and boom, vortex. And what it's doing is structuring. Go to the website, go to the blog, learn all the science about this. Okay, today we're just talking about how you can do it. I'm not going to get into the science of it. I'm just showing you simple ways that you can do this. And this is one. Very simple. Vortex. Another way that you can do this is a company called Vitbot, V-I-T-B-O-T. It's an Italian company that uses the science behind the phi ratio. And if we look at nature, if you look at gourds, apples, coconuts, anything that grows in nature, it has an ovoid shape. And there's actually phi proportion to this ovoid shape. And by placing your water in this vessel and sitting it like this, just the temperature difference alone, the warm air from out here and the cold air out there, the little molecules rise because they're being drawn to the outside to the warm air, and they travel up this wall, and then they dump back inside, creating a vortex. And then to amp it up a little bit, all you need to do is go like this and swing your water around in there, and creates a vortex inside the shape. Really cool. I keep this is like my little travel bottle. It's got a little ring on it. This is in the $30 range. This is something that I take my water with, so that I can structure it. I can just sit there and whip it up a little bit before I drink it. Much more healthy for you. Much more healthy. And again, we're not getting into the science. We're just getting into the how-tos. And then in all my research, I kept looking for the absolute best way to do this. And what I came across was the Vitalizer Plus. This guy, again, has a little impeller down at the bottom. It uses an electromagnetic field to put the water in a vortex. So let's see what this looks like. And this is pretty wild. The little guy spins down at the bottom, and shoom. And I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a bunch of different settings on here. You can set it for 9 minutes, 18 minutes, 27 minutes. The evidence would suggest, photographic evidence suggests that this actually stores for up to 2 weeks. That when you vortex your water this strongly, it actually will store in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks, so that you can have structured water at your disposal all the time. So what I do a lot of times, I'll make a batch of water, and I will put it into this guy and bring it with me, so that I can always have structured water wherever I go. So those are just some quick how-tos. Did I miss the quickest, simplest one? Obviously. If you don't want to spend $1.25, put it in a glass and spin it around in a glass. You can use your finger, you can use a wooden spoon. I have read that metal may not be so great for it, plastic may not be so great, but wood being a natural element, your finger obviously being a natural element, you might want to wash your hands first before you put your, obviously common sense, but you can spin the water around with a spoon, with your finger, create a vortex. The water structures, it bonds, delivers more oxygen to your body, and on and on and on and on. Please do the research, go to the website, go to the blog, learn about this. Some simple ways to structure your water. I'll be back. I'll see you day 16. Thanks for joining me.